Hey Wannabes, what is up? So today I went to Walgreens because they were having a 50%, well not 50% off, buy one get one 50% off on a lot of their makeup brands. Some of the stuff I picked up was Maybelline and Soap & Glory, and a couple new other products like a new foundation that I'm wearing in this look. If you guys want to see the products that I used and how I completed this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. As I said in the intro, Walgreens was having a sale, buy one get one 50% off on a lot of select items. So I picked some stuff up. I picked up a lot of miscellaneous things like toothpaste and weird crap like that doesn't have anything to do with this channel. So let me just show you guys what I got in this sale before I jump into the products and start applying them, because I do want to use some of these in today's video, and I'm just going to do a quick eye look as well. So one of the first products I noticed was in the ads were Soap & Glory products, which I love, so I wanted to pick some of these up. The first things that I got as part of the buy one get one sale is this Peaches and Clean 4-in-1 wash off deep cleansing milk from Soap & Glory. This is what it looks like. So apparently it's not necessarily like a soap, it's more of like a Pond's cold cream, or like, you know how I have that Pixi cleansing lotion? It's basically like that. I don't think it suds up or anything. You basically just massage it all over your face and then rinse it off with water, and it takes your makeup off. And it doesn't say to follow up with a soap, but I probably will. And then it just says to moisturize, and this stuff smells really good, like actual peaches. It's insane. This was $18, and let me show you. So it pumps out like a lotion, and then you would put this all over your face, your eyeshadow, all that, and it would basically just break down the makeup so it's easier to get off. Then I really wanted to pick up a primer. I wanted to repurchase my One Heck of a Blot primer because I'm always out of it, but then I saw this and I thought might as well try this because it claims to do more. This is the Fab Pore 3-in-1 Oil Control Serum, and the packaging just like is really eye-catching, and it says it instantly mattifies, combats shine for up to 12 hours, makes pores look smaller, and smooths skin. And then it says, and because we were brought up to be generous, we sneaked in a bonus primer into the formula. So it's like a mattifying primer plus pore shrinking formula all in one, apparently. And it looks like this. It's really, really cute. I really am all about Soap & Glory's packaging. That's like half the reason why I buy them, just because they're so stinking cute, but the products actually work really well. So this was originally $18 too, I think, so I got this for $8 as part of the sale. So I can't wait to start using this stuff. I'm almost out of my Pixi one, so I needed to pick up something new, and I wanted to try that because it smells really, really good. The next thing I picked up as part of the sale is some Maybelline stuff. Now this is a repurchase for me. I used to use this all the time, and then I ran out and kind of just forgot about it because I've really been into my Colourpop and Tarte Shape concealer. So this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Erase Dark Circle. I'm sure all of you guys know what this is. It's $6, it's affordable, and it works really well. So I already know that I love this a lot, and I'm really excited to bring it back into my collection. This is a new try for me. This is the Master Prime. I've heard a lot of people say this is like the Smashbox primerizer. I don't know if that's true. I don't own the primerizer, so I have no idea, but I wanted to give it a try. I don't really have a lot of hydrating primers. I mainly always buy like matte, oil control, stuff like that. So I wanted to try this just for like the perimeters of my face, just because I have been noticing I've been getting like dry patches. So this was also part of the sale. This was $10 and the concealer retailed for $6. So I think the half off part was, or no, the concealer was $8, so I got it for $4. So I will be using those today. Then last two items, these weren't part of any sort of sale, but I've been seeing a lot of people talk about them. So this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, and I don't know if this is the right shade or not. I think the shade I've been seeing people use is a little bit deeper, but this is the only one that was left, and it's called Ticket to Brazil. I did swatch it a little bit and it does look like it has some shimmer in it, so I'm interested to see how this will work out. This was $5.99. Then I'm so excited to try this, you guys. I have been seeing a lot of people talk about it. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I've been hearing a lot of people say that this is like a mix in between their Pro Glow and Pro Matte, which I absolutely love Pro Matte, but it can be a little bit caking and drying at times, so I think I will just absolutely love this. I got mine in the shade Linen. So let's jump right into this. I always do my eyeshadow first, so I'm going to just do a quick look with my Norvina palette from Anastasia. Nothing special, just something super basic. I'm going to first start off, I did prime my eyes using the Catrice Camouflage Liquid Concealer. I already put that on my eyes and my brows are done. I used the $1 Billion Brow product that we got in our BoxyCharm. So just as a really quick dusting, I'm going to just throw in ever so lightly, just because I know these shades are super pigmented. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, just with a really light hand. And this is a Wet n Wild brush from their holiday collection. I absolutely love Anastasia shadows. They blend so easily and they are super pigmented. So now that I have a nice crease transition in there, I'm going to go in with a shade and really pack it on. I try and find my clean M44 brush because I really need this shade to be like packed on to the max. Otherwise it won't look right. It needs to be really built up. And that's just with my experience with the product. Maybe different for you guys. So I'm going to go in with a Morphe M44 brush. And I'm going to take the shade Soul, this really cool periwinkle color. Really pack it onto the brush. Focus it on my crease area as well as the lid. The M44 from Morphe seriously does like the best job at packing on any shadow. That's why I love it. Now that that shadow is super packed on, I'm going to go in with the shade Volatile with a super light hand to blend out the edges. And this is super pigmented like all the shadows are. I'm not trying to like alter the color or anything. I just want to blend out the edges. A lot of the color did get lost there, so I'm just going to go back in with the brush. I'm not going to add any product, but just whatever's left on the brush should add that pigment back. I'm just going to really quick cut my crease with the Glamouflage Concealer. I keep calling it Glamouflage, it's Camouflage. One of my absolute favorite brushes to cut my crease with is this one from Alamar Cosmetics from their Ojitos trio. I don't know if this can be purchased individually, but the trio itself is really nice. And I'm just going to do a half cut crease. Now that the crease is nice and carved out, I'm going to go in with a Morphe M167 brush and start packing on the shade Love. It's this pink here, which is a super beautiful color, but it does need to be packed on quite a lot in order for the pigment to show through. Now that that is on, I'm just going to go over the pink shade with the shade Wild Child. The foiled shades in this palette do perform a lot better if you just use your finger. At least that's how it is in my experience. Next, I'm going to go over the pink shade with the Stilla Glitter and Glow in the shade Tulip Twinkle. I'm going to go over my entire eye space where I cut my crease out. This pink part right here. And let that glitter glow. I tell on camera, but that is so pretty and it like transformed the look completely. I wish I could show you guys better. Just adds a little sparkle. Next, you guys, I'm just going to do a quick wing using the Scone Cosmetics Insanely insanely intense tattooed waterproof eyeliner in the shade Jet Black. Next, you guys, I just want to add a quick pop of color, so I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner in the color Electric Purple. So I'm just going to line this across my wing. Using this small lip brush from e.l.f., I'm just going to line this little area right here. Then I'm going to go over it using the shade Base from the palette. And what this is going to do is just break up the colors so that it's not... Next, I'm going to throw on a quick pair of eyelashes from Violet Voss. These are in the shade Just Slayin. Okay guys, now that the lashes are on, we can move on to the face part of the makeup. So, really quick, I need to moisturize. I'm going to take my LMS Marine Cream, which is awesome. It's from the December Boxy Luxe. It smells so good. The lotion has sank in enough. I'm going to take the Soap & Glory 3-in-1 Oil Control Serum on my T-zone. I think that's the whole point of this little squeeze tube. Like this little nozzle, that way you can like pinpoint the areas you want the oil control. So taking clean fingers, I'm just gonna work this in. I can already tell it's like mattifying and pore filling. All right, it already feels hella dry right there. Like as if I put Elmer's glue or something, like just very tight. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline primer. So this is the Hydrate and Smooth primer. So let's do this on the outside parts where I didn't prime. That does feel really hydrating off the bat. Next, we can get to the really exciting part, the foundation. I'm so excited. Again, I got mine in the shade Linen. So I'm just gonna take, and it's like really liquidy. I'm just gonna start off with 2 pumps. And I'm gonna do half my face with a brush and the other half with a sponge. So I'm gonna do the first half with the sponge. This might be a little dark for me, but we can fix it with concealer. It smells really good. Like a shampoo or something. But already off the bat, this is already covering up a lot of my redness. And I'm just blending this in with my Eco Tools sponge. I really like the finish of this so far. Okay, so I did end up using both pumps for that. I'm just gonna pump. I'm gonna take this Luxie Pro Precision face brush. This is one of my favorite foundation brushes because it has like a slanted edge and it's really easy to get into the sides of your nose, and it just blends it out really fast. So far, you guys, I really love the finish of this foundation. And like I said, it's a little bit dark, but I didn't want it to be too light. So I'm just gonna have to blend this down my neck really well. And use a nice hydrating, brightening concealer. I've heard a lot of people say that they aren't setting it, which I've never done that. I've always set my makeup just because I have oily skin and it scares me not to. Also, I don't like how like powders blend on top, like bronzer and blush. If it's not set with powder, to me it looks kind of weird. We'll have to see because I don't know if I'm that advanced. So I'm just gonna take my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. Okay, there we go. That looks gross. So I'm gonna take this on my chin, under my eyes, and I am in the shade Fair, down the center of my face. Excess all up. I already know I love this concealer. It was one of the very first concealers I ever started using when I first got into makeup because it was just so affordable. And I've used it on and off for like years, like literally like years. This sponge is so cool because it has two flat ends, so it really is good for blending out the concealer. And then it has this flat edge here, which really blends in the concealer, like right here on this part of your face. So this is my skin so far. It looks really flawless. And I would call this medium to full coverage. I don't have like pimples and everything. I just have a lot of redness, and it easily covered that up. It's still kind of tacky though, so I'm probably gonna set it, like more than likely. I'm gonna take one of my favorite powders, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder in Fair, and bake with it like I always do. I really like this foundation. Like, really like this foundation. It still feels sticky to me, so I'm just gonna set it ever so slightly using my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Just like barely pressing it in. I have oily skin. A lot of people are saying that they don't like to set it because they have dry skin, but I have oily skin, so I don't think I'll have that problem if I set it down just a little bit. I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop All Star spray, just to help everything start melting together right now. I'll spray some at the end as well, but just to make the powders and the foundation start settling together, I like to spray it twice. Okay, so I'm really nervous about this bronzer. I don't want it to be shimmery. To me, it looks like a highlighter. Do you guys see that? Looks like a highlight. I don't want to ruin this look, so I'm gonna go in with my number 7 bronzer, and this is in the shade Maple. This is my favorite bronzer at the moment, so I'm just gonna go in with this, and then I'll go over top with the Wet n Wild one and see if it just gives like a really pretty sheen or something. I just don't want to look weird. And this bronzer is like the perfect color for me. It's not too dark. It just gives the most subtle color. And I'm going in with my Wet n Wild brush from their holiday brush collection. This is my favorite bronzing brush. Love this bronzer. Okay, let's go on top with just a little bit of this. Again, this is in Ticket to Brazil from Wet n Wild. Just don't want it to be too much. That's really pretty. It does give a really subtle glow, and in the summer I think this would be really pretty as a bronzer alone, but I don't really want like an all shimmer type of thing right now. Let's finish up this eye look. I'm gonna go into my Anastasia Soul on a brush. Just brush this under. Going to go in with the Pixi Liquid Fairy Lights in the shade Crystalline. This looks pretty with everything, just right here on the inner corner. Now I need to put mascara on my lower lashes, otherwise that will just look really weird. I'm just using the Wander Beauty Unlash Mascara. Eyes are done. Let's move into some blush. Pixi Glowcake in Pink Champagne Glow. I mainly focus it on this end of the spectrum. I just give it right on the apples. A little bit on the nose. Next, we're going to go in with highlight. I'm going to take the Colourpop Dream Sequence palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Pinch Me right here. So just take a little blunt end of it and dip it in. And then go back and forth, pat it in. Ooh, and it's so purple and pretty. I'm gonna go over top just a little bit with the Soph X Makeup Revolution, and I'm gonna mix these two pink purple ones. I'm gonna go with a fan brush just so I get like a very light application. We are almost done. I'm gonna go in with a lip, and one of my absolute favorites at the moment is the Soap and Glory double-ended lip contour crayon. It has a lip liner, and then you fill your lips in with the other end. So this is in the shade Front Page Nudes. Then you take the other side. I'm just gonna take this e.l.f. All Natural Gloss. Okay guys, one more quick spray from the Colourpop All Star Setting Spray. Alrighty you guys, overall I really liked all of the products that I used today, especially the primers and the foundation. This foundation just looks amazing. Like, I can't remember the last time my foundation looked this good. I'll have to update you guys on how long it lasts and if it like creases up and bunches up and stuff, but so far it just looks like flawless. So I will keep you guys updated on that, probably on Instagram stories, or just yeah, more than likely on Instagram stories, or maybe in this post when I post a pic. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you guys later.